Good afternoon, Raider Nation. My name is Brent Johnson. Alongside me is Carson Taylor and Johnny Kabigting. I want to thank him for Johnny Bryant, them for joining us today as we will bring to you Lady Raider softball. This is a region contest between the Jeff Davis Lady Jackets, big region contest, as the Lady Raiders, their only defeat on the season was to the Jackets over there 2-1. This could bode well for the remainder of the season if we can get a victory here, as Jeff Davis has lost a game in region play to Metter to kind of line us up and put us in good position for the region playoff. I will be taking a break here quickly as I'll be reading the lineups in just a moment, as you'll be able to hear, I believe. But I want to thank our sponsors right up front. That's Family Vision Care of Alma, Coley Electric and Plumbing Supply, and Andy Cawthorn Auto Sales. I want to thank them for being our title sponsors for this year. This game is going to get underway in just a few minutes. Again, we're going to give the lineups, try to play the anthem, and we will get things started here. And I'll give a little bit formal introduction in just a moment. So bear with us here in just a few minutes for the lineup and the national anthem. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to today's contest between your Lady Raiders and the Jeff Davis Lady Jackets. This is a Region 2 AA matchup. Starting lineup for the Jeff Davis Lady Yellow Jackets. Number 18, Cheney. Number 17, Carter. Number 7, Williams. Number 5, Wooten. Number 14, McGowan. Number 32, Locke. Number 3, Scott. Number 11, Waters. Number 20, Green. And number 4, White. And now the starting lineup for your Lady Raiders. Number 9, Taz Whitley. Number 4, Zoe Hodges. Number 20, Brianna Booth. Number 3, Aniston Johnson. Number 25, Bree Harper. Number 1, Skylar Clement. Number 12, Ashley Durance. Number 23, Kamari Strozier. Number 11, Sadie Adams. And number 15, Cameo Snell. Hopefully you heard the lineups there for both teams as they Raiders take the field here in the top of the first inning. Again, a huge matchup here for both teams, specifically for the Lady Raiders because we were defeated by them 2-1 at their home place. The game could have went either way. A couple errors really probably should have been 1-0 Raiders. A couple errors over at first base cost us a couple runs there, and some timely hits after those errors by the Lady Jackets. Two solid ball clubs here. About halfway through the season, the Lady Raiders haven't completed their gameplay in the last couple of weeks because of some rainout, specifically with Metter. We're going to have to play a doubleheader most likely at some point. May have to play on both at their place to do some catch-up work. The Lady Raiders are 8-1 on the season, 6-1 in region play. 5-1 in region play. And the Jackets come in with a record of, I had it right here, 9-6 on the season, but they are 7-1 in region play. Only one loss to Metter. And here we go as we get started. Cheney at the plate, Carter on deck, and Williams in the hole for the Jackets. Taz is on the mound. Sadie Adams pitched a terrific game over in Jeff Davis a couple weeks ago. She pitched well enough to get the victory. We just couldn't quite get it done at the plate. And, again, a couple errors cost us a couple runs. and the potential victory. Inside corner for strike. Taz has done a tremendous job on the mound, in the field, and especially at the plate. Had a big game the other day on Tuesday versus Swainsboro as the Lady Raiders completed a sweep against that team. Both games 14-0. Another ball just inside. Taz had a grand slam and a solo home run in the first inning as the Lady Raiders batted around. Again, I want to thank you for joining us on the NFHS Network powered by Play on Sports, brought to you by BCTV Production. There's a chop ball to third. Should be a can of corn for Booth. She slings it over for the first out. I anticipate a low-scoring game, but you just never know. With two, pretty solid ball clubs, you could get just the opposite. This will bring Carter to the plate. And she hits the batter. Be the first base runner early in this game. One ball, no strikes, one out here early again, top of the first. Temperature is actually bearable. The sun, in the direct sun, it's a little warm, but it's felt a little fallish all day. Going to have some cooler weather in the next few days due to some unfortunate weather that is coming in that we're anticipating. I'll talk more about that maybe between innings. One ball, one strike. This ball is hit back to Taz. She throws to second for the first out. Attempted. Oh, we got a chance to get her at second if she gets it away and tag, and she's out because she doesn't make it to the bag. What a great double play there as a ball, as you can see on the screen, gets past the first baseman, but a good carom off the fence allows for Ashley to complete the double play on the young lady at second. A huge play. Any type of double play is the pitcher's best friend. She gets her out of the inning after the hit batsman, and we're able to move forward here. Looks like we're going to have Scott on the mound for Jeff Davis. Again, I want to talk just a moment about my title sponsors for this athletic school year, 2017-18. I want to thank Miss Lisa Coley at Coley Electric and Plumbing Supply. I want to thank Doctors Hutto and McQuaig at Family Vision Care. And I want to thank Mr. Andy Cawthorn at Andy Cawthorn Auto Sales for being a part of our every production that we do live this year. They've graciously come on board to help support what we do. It does cost a little bit of money for us to travel, and I don't pay these guys anything but other than food, and I like to, they like to eat. So I'm glad I'm able to do that, and to be able to take care of them, how they help take care of us and myself, my broadcasting program, in my engineering and technology pathway, my technology student association, CTSO club. With that type of participation, I just appreciate it because it's strictly volunteer for these guys, and we just love what we do, and I hope they're learning a lot about producing and production and camera work, and so about broadcasting in general, as well as the work ethic that goes with it. We're also enjoying some good athletic events as well, including these Lady Raiders. And Taz is going to lead off for the Red Raiders. And again, got a big bat, big stick here at the leadoff. Hodges on deck. Ball high. I believe Taz has 5 official home runs in the book. When I say official, she's got a couple that don't count. This ball is hammered into left field for a double at least to the wall. Again, she stays hot at the bat, or with the bat. And Zoe Hodges comes to the plate. On deck is Booth. Runner at second, no outs.
Hopefully we can load all the bases up.
And there's a great bunt. Perfect. Hodges with an opportunity to beat it out, but she does her job. She sacrifices for Taz to go to third. And another big stick. And every game I've broadcasted, I've mentioned this, and I guess I probably will throughout the season. We have as potent top 5 batters as I've seen on a Lady Raider roster in the past 7 or 8 years we've been broadcasting them. Booth with an opportunity to hit one deep. Takes ball low. Ball off of her arm. You have a hit batsman. I have runners at the corner for AJ. This is Aniston Johnson. Just
That's
a soft
a home run. That's a definite home run.
If she makes contact, it sure can. These girls are pretty excited, pretty pumped about this game. Whether you know it or not, Jeff Davis is our biggest rival. Let me let you in on something, Raider Nation. They felt like they should have won that game over there earlier in the season, and they definitely feel like they could take care of business here at home. She takes ball. Oh, he called strike. Looked a little high inside to me, but who am I? Harper on deck for the Raiders. And ball high there. Only one out, runners at the corner. This ball is hit sharply down the left field line, foul. I believe this is a different pitcher on the mound today than was for Jeff Davis in the prior game. This ball is hammered into left field, deep into the back of a pickup truck.
Told you.
For Jeff Davis, actually. Some boys out there that came over, some kids from Jeff Davis, which I love to see. He tosses it back in. Nobody wants to keep it out there. Actually, it went over the pickup, as you can see there. What a moment there for Aniston. And my man here in the background called it. I kind of scoffed at him. Looked back at him when he said it. But, yeah, absolutely, 3-0. Red Raiders, we need another run on the board, scorekeeper. It's a 3-run home run. Runners at the corner. It's all right. This ball is chopped up to the pitcher. Should be easy out there, and it is for the second. And that brings Clement to the plate. So quickly, 3-0 here in the top of the first. And the Raiders have exploded with a double and a home run here early. And this ball's hit sharply. Oh, and it's going to give her a fit. It's going to be an infield hit for Clement as she just rifles it to the third baseman. With 2 outs, it's going to bring Ashley Durrance to the plate.
Might get another home run before we go out.
It's definitely possible. We keep saying it every time. Maybe it'll happen.
Right.
So Taz quickly 0-2 in the count with a double and a fielder's choice. Hodges on deck. And she swings and smashes it out of play. And she waits on that one, but it's still foul. Another changeup.
They're probably going to throw this one a little bit outside, try to make her reach for that strike three.
It's a good observation there, Carson. I don't know if she wants to risk hanging it over the plate, though. She may still try to keep working her inside. Got some of those foul balls coming back into play. The catcher usually tips us off back here as to which side of the plate the ball is going to go to. Sometimes the batter will take a quick peek back, but most of the time they're focused on the pitcher. Looks like another inside pitch, and it is, and low for ball one. Adams gets back. Now, an attempted steal here might not be too bad because most likely, she got a couple pitches to give away here. She may end up throwing something a little low in the dirt. And this ball is lifted into left field, but it's going to be just foul. Yeah, the foul pole is right behind the pole that's holding the backstop fence up, and it's hard for me to see exactly where that line is. One, two. Another ball inside, and she's popped this one up, and it will probably be in play. And it is.
Sadie is going to be able to tag up and move to second, though.
And she does. Very good heads-up play there by the coach and the base runner, putting her in scoring position for Hodges. Hodges with a sacrifice in the first and a ground out her second at bat. Another foul down. I tell you what, I don't have a nickel for every foul ball we've hit down that left side. I'd probably have about $3 in my pocket right now. That's about a gallon of gas. Probably what gas will be costing next week, $3 a gallon after this storm. Timeout by Hodges with runner in scoring position. 2 outs. It's a rather lengthy fourth inning. This ball is hit just out of reach. Fair ball by Hodges. Runner will score. I mean, she's going on anything off the bat, and she does, and she showed her quickness. So did Adams, and she scores, stretching it to 4-2.
Great 2-out rally.
It sure was. It was and it started by that great at bat by Adams to draw the walk. Now we have Hodges with a little speed there at first, with Booth on deck, a chance to do some more damage. Just put some more alcohol on the wound. We're going to have a timeout now by the Jeff Davis pitcher. We're going to take a real quick break, too, and honor our sponsor. All right, welcome back here as we are 2 outs into the bottom of the 4th inning. Lady Raiders have plated one. We have a runner at first, and looks like we're going to get a pitching change. Number 10 is going to come in for the Lady Jackets, Cora Edwards. And again, she's a little small thing too. But again, even when I say that, that's no disrespect because I truly understand this is not a big person's game. It's a big heart and big courage.
Mind games, too.
Booth at the plate. See if she's aggressive here, swinging at the first pitch. And it's inside, and she takes it off the hip again. That's her 3rd time getting hit this inning.
She must have a target on her back.
I mean, literally. 3 hit batsmen. And here we go again. 2 runners on for Johnson. We know what happened the last time that was the situation. She janked it into left field for a 3-run home run. Really stretch it out here. And there's a changeup. Strike. Looked a little high. I imagine she'll get a steady dose of a changeup. If she can wait on it, maybe she can pounce on one.
I don't know if they're just going to try to walk her again or go ahead and try to get this out.
That's ball high. I think she's going to throw a couple more pitches just like that and see what happens. I don't. Again, you got Harper coming up. She doesn't have quite that many at bats this season, but she's dangerous too. And she waits on it and hammers it deep left.
If only that was fair.
That's another nickel. That's $3.05. And she waited just as long as she could. She picked her leg up and dropped it down. Let's see if we can't hit one in play here. And she does wait on this one, but it's going to be a pop fly into left field. She squeezes it for the final out. So that was a big at bat for that young pitcher that looked to be young, coming in and taking care of Aniston with only 2 outs posted. But nonetheless, the Lady Raiders tack on one more to give us a 4-2 lead as we're going to take a break here as we move to the top of the 5th. Be back in just a moment.
It's going to bring up number 7 for the Yellow Jackets. Just a little bit outside. Looks like just a little bit low for Taz, so you can bring it up just a tad bit.
Was a good-looking pitch across that front part of the plate. Strike. 3 balls, 1 strike. Top of the 5th. Ball is fouled. Quickly back to a 3-2 count. Raiders just need to play solid defense here behind Taz, as she started off really hot and she kind of settled in. And again, it's not so much her pitching as we've had a couple errors that's hurt it, and they've had a couple times. There's a strike 3 on that inside corner. That's the consistent play calling, or calling I like to see out of an umpire. I mean, he rung her up like he should have.
Got to give props to those umpires that can stay consistent for both teams.
Good pitch. It's a good location. He just likes he favors the inside corner for a strike versus that outside corner. And there's a chopper to the third. Booth's going to fire over to first. Ashley with the catch. The sun should not be an issue anymore, as it is gradually getting behind the trees there. 2 outs now here quickly in the top of the 5th. Seven outs away now for the potential victory for the Lady Raiders. And a solid first place in the region it would bring with a victory. One ball, 1 strike now. Bring it here. Lock my truck back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Just a little high for ball 2. Just outside. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs here, top of the 5th. Trying to avoid a base runner here.
Get 3 up, 3 down.
That would be huge after the Raiders were able to tack on that run there. There's strike 3. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Taz.
That brings her to 4 strikeouts?
She is tough. That is correct. She is tough. I tell you what, she reminds me, her tenacity out there on the mound, and just her just fearlessness reminds me of Tyler Altman last year during the baseball season, that big lefty that carried us to the semifinals last year in baseball. He put himself in a couple positions that, man, you just don't want to see major leaguers in, and he was able to come out of one in particular in Bleckley County, I recall. But I tell you what, 4-2, Lady Raiders, we go into the bottom of the fifth. Let's see if we can't tack on a few more here, Raiders. We're going to pay homage to our sponsors and be back in just a moment. JV game. Nah, we ain't got enough time. All right, here we go. Harper's going to lead off now. Let's see if she can't lead us off with a base hit or walk. Just need a base runner. Clement on deck, and she had a great at bat her last time up as she worked that count and ended up with a base hit up the middle. Shows bunt and fires it down to the third base. Off her knees, she tosses to first for the out. Just a great defensive play there by the Jackets. First out. Oh, a diving stop, but she's going to be safe at first. Infield hit by Clement, her second of the game.
That was a great read by the third baseman.
Again, we're seeing some really good defensive plays by both teams. Now, we've have had some errors, but we've also had some other great plays that really has probably saved us potentially another run or two by the Jackets. And this brings Durrance to the plate. A little change-up, and looks like maybe a change-up specialist by this young lady as she is just feeding them to us. And this ball is ripped. I think our MO is having difficulty hitting slow pitching or change-ups. This ball is lifted into center field. Should be caught by the young lady, and it is for the second out of the inning. Runner at first now with Strozier, who had a base hit her last at bat. A lot of room in left center. And this is where she sends it. Deep left, off the wall. It's going to be an easy stand-up double for this speedster, and Clement is going to score. What aggressive base running by the coaching staff, as well as it takes great communication for her to keeping eye contact with the coach as she sent her home. I'll be honest, I completely forgot about her being on the base. I was just paying attention to the ball, and she just kept running and running off the crack of the bat. With two outs, you're running on anything anyway. Runner at second.
That was a great 2-out hit.
Adams to the plate, who again had a great at bat the last inning in which the Raiders were able to score one. 5-2. She holds up on strike one. 1-1 with 2 outs. And she waits on it, taps it to the second baseman. She's going to be close, but the third out, nonetheless. Strozier with an RBI stretches the lead to 5-2 for the Raiders. That's an important run this late in the game. As we head to the top of the 6th inning with a 3-run lead, let's see if the Lady Raiders can't finish this thing off in a couple innings. We are going to take a quick break and be back on the NFHS Network in just a moment. All right, here we go, Raider Nation, top of the 6th. Just a couple more outs, or 6 more outs, literally, to put this thing away and put it in the books, and Raiders will have a outright lead by 1 game in the region standings, even though we're a few games behind as far as total games played in region because of rainouts, specifically with Metter and Vidalia.
Number 32 up to the plate. Kia Locke.
Just a bit outside for ball 1. Just inside for ball 2. Hit batsman.
That's bringing up number 3 to the plate, Laney Scott.
And that's back to near the top of the lineup. Is that – no, we're at the bottom. I'm sorry. About the 7th batter. Couple hit batsmen by both teams. Booth has been hit 3 times, all 3 at bats. Just outside. I don't know. We might need a trip to the mound to kind of settle Taz down a little bit. Again, a little more inconsistent this inning than in previous. Another ball. She may be trying a little too hard. There it is. Oh, he calls that ball 3. 6 pitches in a row out of the zone. That's 7 in a row. You got to think a visit's coming here soon. Again, I don't. Yep, you just had to think she was coming to at least talk to her. And there we go. We're going to looks like we're probably going to have a pitching change. Yep, no doubt. But Taz did a tremendous job. Taz is going to go to second. Strozier in. Looks like Adams is going to come to the mound, or is that
Bree Harper.
Bree Harper going to come to the mound for the Raiders? Taz did a fantastic job managing this game through this amount of innings against a very quality team. I want to congratulate her on the innings that she pitched, and we hope Bree can come in and take care of business and preserve this victory for Taz. We're all going to take a quick break and be back in just a moment. All right, here we go. Bree Harper is going to take the mound. No outs, 2 runners on. Bottom of the lineup here. Who's up?
Number 11, Caroline Waters on the plate.
This ball is hit sharply over to the third baseman's head. She's going to attempt. Yeah, just hold the ball. Hold the ball. Yeah. Another C&I single as Booth was playing in. It's just out of reach. And here we go. Little fireball, number 20. It's the top of the 6th. And with a little timeout here by Coach defensively. Wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. Maybe decide exactly how she wants to handle this. With a 3-run lead, you want to try to get a double play, and you don't necessarily have to go home to do it, but you can get an out at any base with a force. So if it's back to the pitcher or if it's hit back to the third or first baseman shallow, you may have probably have a play at the plate. But again, just making sure everybody's on the same page. Again, early release tomorrow for Bacon County School District. The last bell or dismissal will be at the middle high school, approximately 1:05 p.m. And school is being canceled or closed on Monday. That's official. And they'll evaluate possibility of Tuesday on Sunday. All right, so here we go. Bases loaded, no outs. And she hits the batter. It's going to bring one home.
That was number 20.
5-4. Excuse me, 5-3. Raiders still lead with no outs here.
Bringing number 18 to the plate, Chloe Cheney.
Now we're back to the top of the lineup. Strikeout pop-up, ground ball is what we're looking for here. This ball is lifted up out of play. That was probably ball 1. Again, huge rivalry game, irregardless of region standings. Anything can happen between Bacon and Jeff Davis. There's a change-up for strike. And you talk about a change-up. The first time I saw this pitch was in Columbus last year, and it just took forever. And he's going to – I got a feeling that this coach is going to ask, was that an illegal pitch? Maybe it was too high because the ball has to stay a certain distance from the ground, but I can't imagine. He's going to listen to the coach and say, yes, sir, and, he'll be on his way. There's no way this pitch will be overturned. Or he's complaining about something, maybe with inner mechanics, but he is not happy with that call. But I am. That's 0-2 is the count, and a strikeout would be huge here for the Lady Raiders. This ball is lifted in the right field. It's going to be just out of reach. Good hustle by all three young ladies trying to get to it. Again, a chance for Bree to technically we do have a run to give here because we're up 2, but we don't want another great changeup. Must have been just a little low. The catcher went down to grab it, I could tell. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I'd rather, if we're going to give up a run, I'd rather it be when we have 2 outs. I'd rather not give up a run and there still be no outs. Another changeup, kind of just giving it to her. She's going to have to throw a strike here and pray our defense makes it happen. And there it is, right up the middle for a base hit. That's going to score that 1 run. Just a solid base hit right up the middle.
Bringing number 17 up to the plate, Paige Carter.
Bases loaded still with no outs. This ball is, oh, wow, just another C&I single. 2 runs are going to score. 6-5 now. Lady Jackets with no outs.
Tables have turned.
Now, that being said, the Lady Raiders have been down multiple occasions this season against very solid softball teams, and they have recovered nicely. So I don't want to get too down on them now, myself or anybody else. Special group of kids, and I haven't seen anything less out of Coach Poff and her tenacity and her ability to coach this team through this adversity here. It looks like Taz will re-enter as pitcher. Another ball out of play into the swamp. Ball 4.
That'll bring us back to the top of the lineup with number 18, Chloe Chaney, to the plate.
attempted bunt. That's going to be strike one. Big shout out to a considering my friend now, a former student, graduated class of 2016. Mr. Aubrey Carter is at home watching the game. I'm not sure why he's not here. He's a college man. He may not have the money to pay for a ticket, but he is also on the coaching staff for the Raiders. Popped straight up in the air. Should be called by third baseman, and she makes the play. Booth.
First out.
Aubrey Carter is helps with quarterbacks on our varsity football team. Great young man, very smart. He's going to go get his education degree, and maybe we can get him back here to teach and coach for us at some point in time at Bacon County High School, or Bacon County School System. One out, one on. There's a bunt. It's going to be tossed to first for the
out.
For the sure out. Runner does advance to second.
Bringing up number 7, Carly Williams, to the plate. One ball, no strikes.
This ball is hit the shallow left field. Can of corn.
Third out.
For the third out, the Lady Raiders leave one on, or Jackets do. We've done what we needed to do. As I described it earlier, if we can just finish it as I described it, we cut the lead in half. We stop them from scoring any in the top of the seventh. Now